Hey, so I realized at the end of 2024, one of the most important things that I think a lot of people suffer with photography is also the number one rule I think is about photography. Enjoy the process. Enjoy your photography. Enjoy the photos you take. If you don't enjoy the photos you take, you just end up in a circular sort of mindset of let me take photos because I want people to like the photos. Let me take things that I want people to like. Let me just shoot a certain way because I think people will like this style. I'm a photographer. I'm going to take a lot of photos. I'm going to take photos of all random stuff. And sometimes that random stuff may not inherently be the coolest or the best photo that I've ever taken, but there's something intrinsically fun about taking that photo. There's something that is going to resonate with me in 5, 6, 7 years or 2 decades down the line when I go back and revisit that photo. And nothing more to say than the account Greg for a Day that consistently has shown a lot of his photographies from the 80s to the 2000s, and it's very imperative of how much he's documented a life of photography and a life of traveling, a life of change. And those are the beautiful aspects of photography, is that, when we're so, we're so caught up in creating fantastical photos that we forget sometimes to just take the everyday mundane photos, the life, people around us, that those things can be beautiful as well. So I definitely think that, the style I've been moving into is being a little bit more for me, a little bit more touching and rewarding. I do thoroughly enjoy, I've been very busy, but I think I've tried to implement a lot of my busy schedule in with my work schedule and taking photos from people at work and things that I can control. So from my commute to work, from my commute back to home, I do try to impart some of that stuff. And even in my daily life, I mean, these photos aren't necessarily the greatest photos I've ever taken, but I'm sure in 15, 20 years when I look back on this, I'm going to remember a time in my life that I got to document history. So, like I said, the number one rule, and I think it is enjoy the process of photography. You're a photographer, take photos of everything. And I think that's the most important part of photography.